View Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
9 a.m. in the morning, she's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Just lay down.
Now.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
I ain't trying to mess with your self-expression, but
A Hall of Fame pitcher comes to town. One of the best lefties we've ever seen. Crafty lefty. What is it about left-handers? Greg Maddux was in town, Grassroots Baseball. A great book about baseball on Route 66. He's out here signing autographs, throwing out the first pitch. And then the Albuquerque Isotopes are like, pitching, we're not about that here in Albuquerque. 16 unanswered runs, a team record 8 home runs as Albuquerque beats Salt Lake 20-8 last night to put on an offensive clinic for one Greg Maddux. So welcome to town, Greg, and be happy you never had to pitch. Did you? You know, the Braves coming up in that system. He pitched in Colorado, and I'm sure he destroyed the Colorado Rockies. Because, of course, he's a Hall of Famer. But last night was take your pitching and go home because we got ourselves some boomsticks in the lineup.
I produced the game last night, and every other second I was like, whoa, another highlight. Oh, another highlight. It was incredible. After the Isotopes get 10 runs, they get tacos from Taco 10. I think they had 20. We should get double the tacos. I think this should be a new thing.
Taco.
And we broke a
Wednesday.
record. I mean, come on.
Team record 8 homers. And that's one that playing at Isotopes Park, playing in the PCL, it would seem like that's a lot. I was like, oh, okay. That's the team record. Because we've seen some ridiculous games at Isotopes Park. But if you're out there last night, you got to see Greg Maddux throw a dart, and then both teams say, pitching, it's overrated. Let's just have a home run derby. What it do, everyone? Welcome into the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, A. Murray, Steph with you this morning. Symbieta on a little vacay this week. He is back on Monday. What is it about lefties? I was chopping it up a little bit with Robert Portnoy, voice of the Lobos, this week at basketball practice, and Braden Oppenhans, one of the young freshmen, the 6'7" guard from Blue Springs, Missouri. He's a lefty. And Rob was like, there's just something about it. You watch his shot coming off his hands. It just looks sweet. Why do lefties look so different in sport? Whether it's Ken Griffey Jr., Greg Maddux, who was a crafty lefty. Maddux sitting there, 87, 88, dotting the corners. Or Ken Griffey Jr., like, oh, that's one of the sweetest swings you're ever going to see.
Ever.
What is it about lefties? The fact that it feels like more people are right-handed, so they look at someone that's left-handed like, whoa, look at you. We don't talk about crafty righties or sweet swinging right-handers. I guess they have to have something, right? For the lefties. But Greg Maddux in town last night. Grassroots Baseball came through. Now it's a fun event. If you heard an interview earlier in the week,
Really
of course,
good.
with Jeff Idelson and Gene Firth from Grassroots Baseball. Got a chance to check out the book, see Greg Maddux out there last night. But it was an unbelievable game for the Isotopes. 16 unanswered runs. PCL baseball, y'all, in front of the Hall of Famer, Greg Maddux. And we got a lot to get to. We're going to be breaking down Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Breaking down, it's going to say, all right, who's the pressure on? And this isn't a game about the X Factors, about the benches. It's a game about the superstars. That's what it is when it gets to this point in the NBA playoffs. Stanley Cup Final, Game 1. Enjoy a little overtime.
Woo. Go, Avs, go.
Had on a swivel last night. Keeping it in Major League Baseball, big series in LA as the Angels, the Dodgers are going at it. Tyler Anderson surrendered his first hit to who? Well, a left-handed hitter, Shohei Ohtani, in the 9th inning. With the Dodgers and Angels going at it in franchises in 2 different spots. The Los Angeles Angels, so much hype to start the season. Finally healthy. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. Look at us. Here we go. We're finally going to get to the postseason. They go on that losing streak. Joe Madden shaves his head. He's like, I got a mohawk, yelled. And they're like, by the way, you're fired. So hopefully enjoy your mohawk because you're no longer our manager. As Angels are sitting there 10.5 games back, the Dodgers doing their thing. As the Padres are right there, by the way. Look out now. 40-24, the Dodgers 39-23. So that is what we call a dead even heat atop the NL West. But in this series, 2 wins, sweeping the little 2-game set, Angels and Dodgers. But these are the matchups you want to see. And this would be a fantastic World Series because of the superstar power. And can the Angels figure out a way to claw back into contention? Because Major League Baseball has had some fun stories. We thought it was going to be the Padres. They're really good, but Fernando Tatis isn't there. And you're looking for, like, who's that flashy? Who's going to be that player? If you get Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani in the postseason, that'd be really good. But the Angels have a lot of work to do, and it's crazy. How do the Los Angeles Dodgers do it? Tyler Anderson, you know who used to pitch for? The Colorado Rockies. And he wasn't any good.
No.
But he goes to the LA Dodgers, and he's sitting there taking no-hitters instead of the 9th inning. However, the matchup we saw last night, Dodgers-Angels, it would be a fantastic World Series due to the star power. But Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, can they turn it around? Can they get it done? I'm not so sure. They got a little bit of a spark when Joe Madden left because it's more of a wake-up call. That's all you can do. Because it's not like you're coming in and saying, all right, guys, we're playing zone defense. All right, guys, we're going to a passing offense. You still just put the lineup card out there, hope the players turn around. But that's, like, at some point we do need to see Mike Trout, and especially Shohei Ohtani in the postseason for Major League Baseball.
I would hope so.
Like, get your superstars.
The special lefty. One of the most specialist of lefties.
He's
So I looked up a couple of things about lefties and their advantages in baseball. So maybe that's why people get all scared of them, is that they're one step closer to
first base. Yeah, you're
And-
running out of the right side of the
and
box.
they can see if a right-handed pitcher, the ball better
There's a
right
lot.
before it's coming.
I think there are still more right-handed throwers in the game, so you do have the advantage.
Yeah.
You always want to be on the opposite side.
The only disadvantage they list is that they're not very good on stealing because of their backs turned, I guess, towards the pitcher, at least off first
Interesting.
base.
Those are some fun facts, Steph.
Look at that. Steph bringing it.
Coming in hot
Lefty
first segment.
in baseball.
It makes up
Open it up.
10% of the world lefties. Only 10%.
See, that's
crazy.
why we call them crafty and sweet swinging.
Right.
Gotta make them
They're
feel
rare.
better.
They're rare. Sorry, I just had to.
No,
No.
yeah, you always see that because in baseball,
You know what's weird? I remember every lefty I grew up with, like, just playing, like kid sports. That's very interesting.
it is because you're like, wait a second, it changes everything because you're just so used to taking away the right hand, not letting you go that way. You're like, what?
Right.
Dude just shot with his left hand. How is this possible?
Right.
So here you go. So we had Greg Maddux in town. Dice Hopes are like, welcome to town, Greg, but we don't care about pitching in Albuquerque. This is what we do.
Yeah.
We hit dingers. 8 of them, a team record.
Awesome.
So a lot of fun, and it's a big-time series that's continuing here in Albuquerque because on Saturday, of course. I don't know if you've heard, there's a media softball game.
It's getting serious.
Getting pretty big. Like there's people, they're trying to organize like practice at this point in time. Like let's get to the batting cage.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go out there and at least not embarrass ourselves. Which is going to be very hard
That's
to
the point of it. It's just supposed to be entertaining.
yeah.
Watching a bunch of people who are mostly in their, I don't know, mid-30s, mid-40s try to play softball for
Softball.
40 minutes. For 40 minutes.
That's a long time.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. So with that said, we'll move on to the real professional athletes. Why Steph Curry? That MVP trophy, it's going to have to wait. It's going to happen tonight in Boston. Game 6 of the NBA Finals. The opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
For over 3 decades, nobody has had a wrestling career like Arn Anderson. Conrad Thompson gets
Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can.
Will this be different for the Boston Celtics? Will the MVP trophy have to wait for Steph Curry? And could Andrew Wiggins, Iggy, the MVP trophy from Steph Curry? There's been that buzz the last few days about, maybe we should look at this Andrew Wiggins guy for NBA MVP. Game 6 of the finals tonight in Boston. Golden State, a 3-2 series lead over the Celtics. Now, Boston has been here, done that in the postseason. They had to win Game 6 and 7 against Milwaukee. They had to go back and win Game 7 in Miami. And for the Golden State Warriors, this is also one you look at and say they're 3-3 in closeout games. Yeah, but they're in the NBA Finals. And so they lost their first 3 chances in the other series to close them out in that game on the road, but then came back and won. And are we looking at the same exact thing in this series where, all right, Boston sends it to 7, and then the Golden State Warriors are crowned in Game 7? It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Amory, Steph with you. To me, it is all about the first half, the start of this game.
Absolutely.
For the Boston Celtics, because the one thing that did stand out in those games for the Golden State Warriors is 3 other opportunities that they lost in closeout situations is they trailed by double digits at half in those 3 losses. And I think there's going to be a different focus from Golden State. We're talking about the NBA Finals. Not, all right, you're 3-0 lead on the Nuggets. We can let one slip away. All right, Memphis, you got that game. No, this is the NBA Finals. And so there is going to be a bit of a different focus. Like, well, how can that be? It is. Locked in, going for the championship. But this game, from start to finish, everyone's talking about legacy. Like, Steph Curry's locked in. Like, this could add, this is not subtracting from Steph Curry and where he already sits.
I hope it doesn't subtract.
In the history of basketball. Because he had an bad offensive game last time out. Other than that, he has been the most important player on the floor in this series. Andrew Wiggins been consistent. But Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, insert whatever other role player you want on the Warriors, are able to do that because of Steph Curry. Those are what star and superstar players do. They make life easier for everyone else. That is why Steph Curry is the most important player on the floor for Golden State. Not breaking any news, but why he is going to be the MVP of this series. Not just the narrative that, oh, people want to see him finally get one. It's he is the best player on the floor for Golden State. But tonight, it's still going to be about team basketball, which role player shows up. When you're looking down, did Gary Payton get 15 off the bench? Did Derek White? Yeah. But much like we saw Steph Curry step up and have that 43-point game when the Warriors' backs were against the wall earlier in the series, tonight it's all about Jason Tatum. And if you look at his second half numbers in the NBA Finals, they haven't been good. And even superstar players play within a system. That is why Steph Curry, the Warriors are good. That is why the Boston Celtics are so good. They do have a team identity. But at some moments, you need the best player on the floor to do just that. And Jason Tatum hasn't done that yet this series from start to finish. He's had really good spurts. He's had good moments. But it's about the first quarter and fourth quarter for Jason Tatum. If the Boston Celtics want to be playing Game 7, not about, Al Horford, Marcus Smart. It is Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter. Does he match what Golden State does?
It's Curry versus Tatum. I'm very excited about this, and I do think, by the way, it's Boston -4, just to let everyone know for all the gamblers out there. I think both teams could cover. JJ, this you nailed it once again. They need to stay consistent and not turn over the ball. And Golden State has been playing great defense. But this is up to Boston now. Like, I think this is more about Boston than it is the Warriors for me, because
can they, to that point, like, can they got frustrated last game.
They did.
And you saw it. It got sloppy.
It got, well, and the Warriors stepped up on the defensive
They let
end.
the Warriors dictate everything.
They let him control everything.
And they got frustrated late,
Yeah.
and the turnovers mounted.
It
was
was
bad
awful.
basketball from Boston. And so that's, you're looking at this game.
The Warriors adjusted like they
The
did.
Warriors have not blinked the last 2 games. And you'll hear people that are looking at it from the Boston perspective say, oh, those are just missed chances. Well, there's also a lot of contested shots, a lot of tough shots that you need Jason Tatum to step up and make. That is what someone that has the ability, Jason Tatum has the talent to be a superstar. And I know it sounds like you're nitpicking when you have this conversation, but there's a difference. There's a reason we think of certain players as that guy's elite. Because that's a slight difference, is you can be good, but can you be great?
And they
on the
can.
biggest stage.
They have showed they've gotten through Kevin Durant, they've gotten through Giannis, they've gotten through Jimmy Butler, and now they can get through Curry, and they've shown they can if they stay consistent and play the whole game. Because when Jason Tatum, you're right, when he's good, he's great. Great. When he's bad, he's bad.
The Celtics.
He dictates the game, though, for the Celtics.
The Celtics, like Jaylen Brown, has been their leading scorer at times. That's fantastic. What Marcus Smart brings to the table, the Celtics, just like the Warriors, are here because they have stars that know how to play team basketball.
And you nailed it with the roles. They accept their roles and they do their roles well.
But moments. Steph Curry had his moment and said, "All right, I'm looking around. This game is on my shoulders." And then y'all step up, give a little. Here we go. Now maybe it's because if you look at Jason Tatum, he's done that. Go back and look at that Milwaukee series. He had a 46-point game in that series. And it gets to this point, and we've analyzed it. We've X'd it. We've given our thoughts of, you need to go over the screen, not under the screen. Now, this is just straight up, you sit back and say, all right, superstars take over. It's the Jordan crossover moment. It's even making the right play at the right time. It's saying, all right, I've got us to this point. Who's going to be Steve Kerr in the corner? Who's going to be Robert Horry? It's
separating stars from champions.
Yes. This is the moment tonight. And as we were watching Game 1 of the Stanley Cup last night, I had the same feeling. Like watching Tampa Bay versus Colorado gave me the same feeling of the Warriors versus Celtics.
That's actually a really good example.
So if you're looking like, what is
veteran people who have won
been there
constantly in the last decade, but then this like team who's been building. Oh yes, this was a great.
Because he had those moments. He was watching second period last night. So Colorado came out, scored the first 2 goals of the game, saying, "All right, we had 8 days off. We good."
They just
putting pucks on net.
Every time I look
flying.
at the TV,
it was 2-0. Lightning got a late goal in the period, but then at one point it was 3-1 Avalanche in the second period. And then all of a sudden, in a span of 48 seconds, Tampa Bay scores 2 goals and absolutely dominates the entire second period. It was domination. It was bad hockey from Colorado because they had no pushback on what Tampa Bay was doing. And that was one of those moments that highlights this team's not only talented, they know how to handle these situations. And that's exactly what we've seen out of Golden State the last 2 games. Just never looking under pressure, never looking hurried, just not blinking defensively, just stepping up. And then the Avs push back in the third period. It was scoreless. They score early in overtime. Winner, game 1 chicken dinner. But it has that feeling of you've been there, done that. You've gone against some of the best players in the game. Warriors are a different beast. And it's on the superstars in the biggest moments. The team games, the role players, they all matter. They'll get you to that moment. But who's going to lace them up, all the cliches, and have the biggest moment? It's superstar players. So I'm looking at you, Jason Tatum. It's not going out on a limb. It's championship. You're the best player on that team. Total points, sure. Jaylen Brown can get his. You should be the most unstoppable force on that floor for the Boston Celtics. And you've done it. You've done it before. In Milwaukee. In that series against Milwaukee, he had a 46-point game. I don't know if he's going to need 40. But he's going to need the game where he's
going to play like he's scoring 40.
Yeah, he's the tough shot maker late, which then opens things up for everyone else. Just what Steph Curry did in his 43-point game. He was making all the tough shots. You're like, we can't stop this guy. And then Golden State was able to make the rest of the plays to finish that game out.
And Boston needs to play their game, not let the Warriors dictate them, because Steve Kerr is a good coach. He knows what he's doing. He adjusted. He adjusted to the big boy Celtics. And this is going to be a really good game. Just saying. I don't think we're going to have a blowout. I don't think we're going to have a blowout, guys. I know you guys have been bored with this little NBA Finals postseason, but I think this is going to be a great game.
505-246-0610 is the phone number. That is the text line. You can find us on the social media at Part Time Bro. Great content creator on the Twitter, on the Instagram, the TikToks. You can also follow me _JJ. But coming up at 8 o'clock this morning, we got Player Sound. The brand new Lobos on the Lobo men's basketball team. At least 3 of them. Donovan Dent, Morris Udeze, Josiah Aulick. You're going to hear what they had to say this week, and especially from the forwards. And Josiah Aulick is a guy that he is going to add some fire to that hype train that is Lobo basketball this off season. When we come back on the other side, should Lamar Jackson be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Tied quarterback contracts in the NFL. There's going to be a new name joining that list, and it is Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. It's just a matter of time. I don't think there was any doubt that this deal won't happen. And Lamar Jackson is absolutely worth it. When you look at, it's not about trying to project who's this guy going to be in 10 years. That's only if you give the Patrick Mahomes contract out. I think the Ravens are doing the 10 years, $500 million for Lamar Jackson. But you look at 5 years, it's going to be closer to Josh Allen's contract. Josh Allen, 6 years, $258 million for Buffalo. And so Lamar Jackson is going to be the second or third highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And you know what? That is okay, because you have to pay for your quarterbacks. And Lamar Jackson, if you give this guy a 5-year deal, you're not going to have to worry about it. It's over projecting. That's what happens. And that's what people have done with Lamar Jackson's entire career. He's not a good pocket passer. Oh, he's not going to survive in the NFL. It's not about this dude trying to play this style when he's 38 years old. It's about Baltimore trying to win a championship in his prime. And that is right now. So the Ravens, who knows what their legal team is going through in just terms of getting all the final contract details, this is a no-brainer. Like, this should be done. Lamar Jackson, 5 years, $250 million. Here you go. Have yourself a day. Now we know what we're working with.
Let's move over Deshaun Watson off the list and just replace that with Lamar Jackson. He's a top 10 quarterback. When he's healthy, he's MVP candidate. It's a no-brainer. I mean, I saw debates. Tyler Huntley had a great season. I'm like, okay, that guy's not a top 10 quarterback. Cool.
Like backup.
He did a great job. I mean, he did his job as a backup quarterback, but he's not going to be a top 10 quarterback. They're going to pay Lamar. He's the face of the Ravens. He's like you said, he's in his prime. I don't think it's any drama either. I think they'll pay him.
Yeah, this is one that it's going to get done. And if you're Baltimore, I don't know if there's just like dates you're waiting on. He's not playing on the final year of his rookie deal. He's outplayed that.
Yes.
And business
on a little to us people, big salary, a little salary.
Yes, but business is business, and he is an MVP caliber quarterback. This isn't about Lamar Jackson in 10 years. This isn't about, how's Lamar Jackson's game going to evolve? It is, how do you maximize your window when Lamar Jackson is still one of the most unstoppable players when he's on with what he does with his running ability.
I was going to say, who cares about pocket passer? You can't stop the guy.
Yes, and that's why too many people
have turnovers could use some work, but that will come with time.
Overthought Lamar Jackson in this league. He's proven everyone wrong. Like, you can still be an athlete at the quarterback position. I think Kyler Murray is going to be fine. Had a bad ending to the season. It happens. But this is the no-brainer. Let's move on. It shouldn't be breaking news that Lamar Jackson is at the facility. You lock him in 5 years, and then you know, all right, this is what we're working with. And if you wait, that number only gets higher. And that is why you've seen the Bills just get out there. Even though they had to pay Josh Allen the second biggest quarterback contract, it's still cheaper if they waited a year. And he goes out there and does it again. And you're like, well, now this is a $300 million quarterback. Because that's where Baltimore finds themselves, is what are you waiting on? You want to take advantage for as long as you can of these quarterbacks on their rookie deals because it makes it easier to put a team around them. But at some point, even Tom Brady is going to take up a bigger percentage of your salary cap than anyone else. Get it done.
Yeah.
So
happy quarterback, happy life. Whatever that new quote. New quote.
I think what we're gonna see when this deal finally gets done, with all the talk of Lamar Jackson with his team this week, I think he's gonna slot in there right around Josh Allen. So he's gonna be, if not the second, at least the third highest paid quarterback in this league, in a division that, even with the giant question marks with the Cleveland Browns, you're looking at a fantastic run. This, and if, Deshaun, when, because it's, to me it's when, not if, Deshaun Watson gets on the field. The one thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers is they're never going to be terrible. And they just paid Minka Fitzpatrick the richest contract for a safety in NFL history.
And JJ, he's operating his entire career without an agent.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's taking his time. It sounds like there's no urgency in negotiating a new deal. He's not throwing a fit. He's not changing his social media. He's just chilling.
But you want to get it done.
Absolutely.
You want to have that big time contract signed and faxed off to the league before you step on the field week 1 of the NFL regular season. Because you know what? It works. When you got a quarterback, it's okay to pay a quarterback. Now, a lot of teams are looking at, say, the Los Angeles Rams and how they are able to do this. The Rams are playing Madden in real life. And this is an NFL fan's dream for the Rams fans out there, Mr. Symbieta. Because when you look at the Los Angeles Rams and what they've done over the last few seasons, it makes you think, is the salary cap a real thing? Is this actually something that NFL
teams have to? Conspiracy theory. I never understand. I'm like, oh, we're negative in the calorie space, the cap space, and now we just paid this guy $1 trillion out of nowhere.
So when you look at the Rams and how they operate, and you're always beat over the head with, oh, I can't pay the quarterback that much money. We're not going to have money for anyone else. And then you look at the Rams, and you're like, how do they have money for anyone? Well, the Rams and their COO, Kevin Demoff, they're optimistic they can get a deal done with Odell Beckham Jr. And yes, he's coming off the ACL injury he suffered in the Super Bowl.
Which is why he's probably unsigned.
Which is exactly why he's unsigned. But he wants to rehab in LA. He wants to stay with his team. He wants to be a late season addition to this roster that now has Allen Robinson running as their number 2, along with Cooper Kupp. But so we go from, just hand Lamar Jackson the bag and move on with it to how the heck are the Rams able to hand everyone the bag in this situation? And he did say, Demoff, that the Rams can't operate like this forever. All right, that's understandable. But this is what you want to see, is attack the moment. Don't worry about first-round picks.
I don't think they have a draft pick for like a decade.
Doesn't matter. You're in the moment right now.
And look at them. They're playing in the moment, and they don't have a draft pick till they're...
You go all in. You chase as many as you can in the moment. And with the Rams playing Madden in real life, everyone's scratching their heads going, why are we screaming about all these other contract situations if the Rams are just handing out money? Who knows? Is the salary cap real? We'll find out. Because a lot of people question it when you look at what the Los Angeles Rams have been able to do. But it's when you look at ownership, man. It's why all of a sudden Denver Bronco fans think they're going to be the LA Rams 2.0. Walmart buys your team. You're like...
They're all in? They're in the moment now?
They're like, the owners aren't going to be worried about owing money, paying players money in the moment.
Do you think they're going to be walking around like a walking billboard? They're just going to have like Pepsi and all kinds of craziness all over their jerseys from Walmart.
Steph, we were talking about that. Now Bronco fans can dress up like Walmart customers.
You can go to the game in your
pajamas
PJs,
or weird
crop tops. You might not.
Just Google people of Walmart.
Tops.
I don't know. During the winter, you might not be able to wear some of those Walmart outfits.
You never know. The big old fluffy slippers and a big old jacket with your PJ pants at the game. 505-246-0610. It's a no-brainer, right? This is one of the ones, like, there's no debate. Lamar Jackson, pay the man his money, move on, slot him in. But would you be worried? Is there anything to worry about with making Lamar Jackson? He's going to be in the top 3. Like, he's surpassing Deshaun Watson's contract.
Absolutely.
It's going to be Mahomes, Allen, and Jackson. Is that the right thing to do? 505-246-0610. Phone, text line. It is the opening drive on ProView Networks and 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Ray Magliozzi here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
FM and AM 610.
The Sports Animal.
5 players tied atop the U.S. Open leaderboard. Round 1 is underway from Brookline, Mass. John Rahm, Colin Morikawa, Max Homa, Sebastian Munoz, Matthew Naismith, all 2 under. They've already, look at John Rahm, he's already played 8 holes this morning.
Wow.
Colin Morikawa as well. Those guys off to a good start. Couple names. Rory's 1 under. Do 7. But the important ones that matter.
The important ones.
The Nacho team.
The Nacho team.
Jordan Spieth +2.
A lot of golf, JJ. There's a lot of golf left.
I got Willie Z. He's +2 early.
It's all right.
Starting off on the wrong side. Did ask Jeff yesterday, Jeff Symbieta.
I was going to say we should get him involved.
As who his top 3 for the U.S. Open was. He went with McIlroy, Zalatoris, and Justin Thomas.
Okay.
So everyone on Willie Z, especially his performance last time out. Slow start.
He can be part of the Nacho Tour.
A lot of golf to be played. Course is looking great this morning. Challenging. Heard about the rough. Hit it in the rough. You're going to be there for a while. Greens are always quick.
It's probably really humid.
It's U.S. Open.
Oof.
Yes. And then you take a look at the Live Golf members and see where they are. When does Phil take the course? Absolutely.
Hey, another lefty. Speaking of lefties.
Getting the people that are actually left-handed in the right conversation. Victor Perez, former Lobo, is 1 under through 8.
Let's go.
Qualified via the European qualifying series to get in the U.S. Open. So it's early, round 1, U.S. Open.
So 1:47 Eastern. So 11:47 Phil tees off.
When Phil takes the course. What are you expecting out of Phil Mickelson? With everything we've seen, it was very average Live Tour performance. And, Symbieta, I always tell you, the difference is how the best players can lock in mentally. Can Phil do that this weekend?
I think he can, and I think I have faith in him. And he disappeared for a couple months. I think he's slowly gonna get back there. He didn't have the best days at the Live Tour.
I was talking
the
about
first event.
He was working on a lot of things.
Of course.
In his life, dealing with the business deal he made and having to somehow, some way speak positively about the Saudi government since they're the ones backing and paying him all the money to play on the Live Tour, and then how the galleries respond. To me, it's going to be 50-50. I do think most people are excited to see Phil Mickelson.
Of course.
He still has that, lovable loser vibe, which he does. He was. Even though he won and he's a major champion, he was always a bridesmaid to Tiger Woods.
Absolutely.
And so that's where the all shucks, it's Phil, he's great with the galleries came from. And I think that most people still have that feeling for Phil Mickelson. But you do have, and we've heard it, like a lot of hardcore golf fans, like that's a thing, that have been like, PGA Tour or bust, get out of here with your mess, Phil Mickelson and everyone else.
Hey, he looks like a divorced dad right now, okay? He's slowly transitioning to his villain little era, his villain little chapter of golf.
I think that's the hardest thing for an athlete to embrace that has been loved, or at least wasn't necessarily a villain. Because we saw LeBron go through that transformation after
he left the
decision.
Yeah, after the whole charade.
Where he's like, do I want to kind of be the heel for a while and buy into this, or do I want everyone to still love me? He battles that all the time because it's LeBron. He's one of the most polarizing athletes of our time in this discussion. But I think that's just Phil settling in of getting to his robotic talking points when it comes to Live Golf. Answering, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm done. Business, yada, yada, yada. And then can he be consistent on this course at all this weekend? I do not believe in Phil Mickelson like you do this weekend.
I'm not saying he's winning, but I think
can he make it to the weekend? Like, that's the question.
I want to see him make it, but it's going to be really tough.
Like, I don't think Phil Mickelson makes a cut. But if Phil Mickelson makes a cut,
You know what?
Maybe-
I'm
You
going
win.
against you. He's gonna make the
Against
cut.
me.
All in all black, unshaved. He's gonna stay out of the rough, out of the rocks.
Colin Morikawa at 3 under, leading the U.S. Open now. And that's would be, for Phil Mickelson, for Dustin Johnson, the headliners on the Live Tour. I think no one's talking about DJ. It's just because Phil Mickelson looks like an absolute mess.
Also, can DJ just be the one that comes out and be like, guys, we did it for the money. Let's move forward. Just like mic drop.
I think he's pretty much trying to be that guy.
Yeah.
To your
I
point.
just come out, say you're doing it for the money.
Like,
Maybe you don't agree with how the PGA doesn't change. It needs to evolve. I'm not saying that. I'm saying maybe the golfers are like, all right, doing what's best, guaranteed money.
Right.
Let's get paid. Boom, mic drop. Let's play golf.
I think Wednesday.
Let's go, DJ. I'm holding DJ
yesterday.
to it. Just put it out there.
And he pretty much had that.
Yeah, he's just been
statement.
like,
He's like, I can do whatever I want.
yeah.
You're like, are you worried about this? You worried about that? It's like, I can do whatever I want.
So in most other sports, people can play on other leagues, right? And still stay within the league. Like basketballers can play for the U.S. team. They can play international. Can they do that or not really?
So that's different because when you're playing for Team USA, Team whatever, it's like you're not getting paid. You're just playing your national team.
Gotcha.
Golfers
Just
are-
representing.
Yeah, you're just
Golfers are
Whatever.
independent contractors. They're not guaranteed anything.
So they're not.
You're just guaranteed this little PGA card and
you have
hope
your-
you win.
Like you have your
And
membership.
you have to win. You have to win a certain amount to actually win. You have your membership.
Like you
It's
qualify
almost like
for
a
event.
Boston marathon. You have to win so many things to be invited to come to this event.
But it's more principle with the PGA. They're just very mad that people are quote unquote leaving to go to the Live Tour, who's paid by Saudi money to, they get paid no matter what if you join that tour. You can be in last place and you still get paid.
And I know a lot of people. There is a lot of people going, what's the big deal? The golfers, they play on other tours. It's because there's never been a tour. Like when a guy goes and plays a tournament in Europe or a tournament in Asia, it's like 1 or 2 events and he comes back. This is directly affecting the PGA Tour because sponsors are saying, oh, these guys are playing like 8 events on the Live Tour. They're not going to be playing in my PGA Tour event. And so the sponsors are kind of like, how much are we going to be paying for this event if X amount of golfers are going over here? I think it will this push this summer, we're going to be able to talk that there is a rivalry about it. I think when they sit down in the winter, they'll figure it out. And this will just kind of fade away. You'll have players playing on both.
This might change. This might open up more people. Be like, oh, if the Saudis can, invest and make a league, then maybe I can make a league. Like,
true.
Oh, I'm interested to see who else tries to do this. Take on these ideas because that's what usually happens. Like, oh, I can start my own league.
Because I think there's just so many people they're golfers. They can make the decision. Yeah. And then while they can make that decision, the PGA Tour also has a business entity that they have to protect. And I think eventually we'll see it get to where it's not this weird, like, how dare you talking down. Because I do not think that Live Golf is going to take the amount of names away that
No.
would dramatically affect the PGA Tour and the other business interests for the tour.
It's like politics right now. You have to pick one side or the other. You can't just be like, all right, cool, there's 2 golf leagues. Like, let's just move forward.
And then if you don't get world golf ranking points, you just hope that if you're Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, that you get those exemptions. You've won major tournaments. They'll keep inviting you.
Absolutely.
And there you go. And they can do that because they've been there, done that.
Easy peasy. Jeez. But I kind of like the drama and the entertainment,
Yeah,
though.
it's
I'm not
just-
going to lie. I'm really enjoying this.
It will work for
I will
them.
be locked in all weekend.
We're not going to want to do this again next year.
You don't think that the PGA or any of those will change their rules? Like, so everybody will win something, just to try to keep them?
This might make them evolve.
It's a winner take all, and everybody just gets the participation ribbon, right?
No, it's not participation. You get paid.
You get paid.
You still get paid, but not a big purse.
The Live Golf Tour, since it was such a smaller field to begin with, they guarantee money for every player. Like, you can still come away with a little bit of money, but you can miss a cut. Like, so if you play Thursday and Friday, you don't make the cut to get to the weekend. You miss out on making a legitimate payday. But at some point, too, it's like that's the sport.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to play 3 days, not have a cut and pay everyone money, fantastic. But if the PGA Tour is saying, hey, this is where the challenge comes in, like, it's not going to be easy to make money, it's a grind. And at some point, too, it's not going to trickle all the way down. It's just like, minor league baseball. You want to be able to try to make a living, but you're not making the salaries of Major League Baseball. Like the Corn Ferry Tour, those guys aren't making a living. They're just trying to get to the PGA Tour.
Yep.
Like, there's a cutoff point.
Small
at some
percentage that probably actually makes
that a Live Golf Tour
living.
The PGA is not going to be able to match that from top to bottom. Start handing out all this money in Q School and the Corn Ferry Tour. But the U.S. Open is underway. 2 players atop the leaderboard: Matthew Naismith, Colin Morikawa, 3 under, as we'll keep eyes on all the stars and that little PGA Tour versus Live Golf battle that is going on in Brookline, Mass right now. First round of the U.S. Open. When we come back on the other side, what are the brand new Lobos saying about this year's men's basketball team and why the hype train will not slow down for Lobo basketball? JJ Buck, Gabe Marie, Steph. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving
To the Cumulus Media Station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
Depth and competition. Easy to say, harder to find. The Lobo men's basketball, that preseason hype train, keep putting coal in that furnace. Keep burning that midnight oil because it's taking off. And this week, at least for me, it was my first eye test. The Lobo men's basketball team. And without Jalen House, Jamal Mashburn there as of now, they'll be back in July. Seeing the other returners and the newcomers on the basketball court, it gets you excited because they passed the eye test. And now that it's all nice, right? But you got to play the game. You got to go through the adversity. But when you hear from some of the new Lobos, it's only going to get Lobo fan that much more excited for year number 2 under Richard Pitino. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610. The Sports Animal, JJ Buck, Amory, Steph with you this morning. So we heard from Richard Pitino yesterday, some of the cut-ups about his mindset attacking the season, summer workouts for Lobo men's basketball. That's time to hear from some of the players and their thoughts. And the most hyped newcomer is Donovan Dent, the 6'2 guard from Corona, California. He was Mr. Basketball in the state of California. That's pretty good. There's ballers, hoopers.
That is a big state.
Shot callers in California. There are 4 or 5-star recruits all over the place. And it was Donovan Dent that was Mr. Basketball. I'm talking with some people in the know on his high school team, Centennial High School. There was a junior that some project could be an NBA lottery pick. So it was, all right, this kid's getting the buzz. Donovan's good, but. So there's some of that going on. And it will be interesting to watch now that Donovan Dent isn't there, how some of those other players perform. Because everyone you talk to, every story you read, Dent is a legitimate point guard. And so Lobos have a true backup point guard that could actually earn his way onto the floor. And if at times, Dent, House, Mashburn on the floor, 3 ball handlers, 3 guys attacking off the dribble, Richard Pitino has himself some options. But this kid he's confident. He looks the part as a true freshman. And this was Donovan Dent the other day, him really meeting all of us and then all of you out there at Lobo fan for the first time. This was him on his mindset right now, what he wants to do as a freshman, and just even in practice getting a chance to play with his teammates.
I definitely want to be an impact player right away. Whether I start, come off the bench, I just want to do what the team really needs me to provide. I come from a high school where it's all about challenging, having to beat out players and all that. But I just hope to challenge Jalen to his best ability, and maybe we could play alongside each other on the court and all that, and we worked pretty well together as a team.
That little thing right there, challenge Jalen. That was a theme of these newcomers. They are very excited that Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn are on this roster. These guys, especially in the backcourt, they're not worried there's not going to be enough shots. And especially for Donovan and him being a true point guard. So this team has a legitimate, all right, Jalen House is going to be the starter. Donovan Dent's coming off the bench. And you can manage those minutes throughout the regular season if Dent does click. But, just it's hearing that from a true freshman, I like that edge. Like, he knows he's got to come in and compete, but he wants to push the established dude on this roster, Jalen House.
Oh, I like it. I like it. And creating healthy competition. And it sounds like we're filling in the roles that this team needs coming off Patino's second year. So this is very exciting. I know it's June, but this is very exciting.
We overhype things. Absolutely, that's what we heard.
But let's overhype it because this is very exciting.
Now and then I asked Donovan, all right, we've Lobo fans have heard about you, they've read about you, but how would you describe your game on the floor once you touch that basketball?
My game, I feel like I'm really a facilitator first. I like to get in the paint, help get my bigs some points and rebounds and all that. And then I can kind of finish really well around the rim. Like, I get in the paint, it might be an automatic 2 points for me or my big. Like, I just kind of create around from there. I lead by, like, examples, so I'll say I'm more of a vocal guy. So, like, in practice and all that, I've been kind of building a reputation, like, I talk and all that. So it'll be the same on the game in the court.
I like his energy.
Automatic 2 points.
He sounds like he's always smiling.
He is.
I like it, but it's not cocky. It's like it's confident. Like, it's like a good confidence.
It's dare we say humble cocky?
Humble cocky. I was thinking of, like, he sounds genuine, but he's like, this is it. Like, I like it.
He has that
for
attitude.
a freshman.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's a hyped up freshman, but he's confident. He's locked in. Then you see him take it to the court. You know, he's listening. He's grinding. He's up for the challenge, and absolutely, I love that.
Is he a lefty?
No, he's not. He's not a lefty. Just like Greg Maddux is not a lefty. I mixed up two different stories in my head in the opening segment. But there's a reason that people are talking up this kid. And it's not, oh, let's just wait to see. Like, it's multiple coaches, people outside the program. Like, this dude is going to have a huge impact as a freshman, and it's been a minute. Now, Sebastian Forsling, he played some minutes, was on the floor, but Dant can bring a whole different dynamic being a true point guard and having enough confidence, wanting to push Jalen House. But also one of the things that he added is he was not scared of coming to a place that had two established guards. And
I love that.
Everyone else, we always have that conversation of, where's the playing time going to come from? Oh, he just wants us to go somewhere else to play. I love the fact that he stayed committed. Like, he watched UNM last year. He knows, all right, Jalen House, Jamal Bashburn, that's the backcourt. But when I get there, the Lobos can be that much better. And it wasn't just, oh, there's two starters. Let me go, somewhere else.
No, it's not ego. It's creating healthy competition. The more competition you have a better quality product. So this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome.
505-246-0610. That's the phone and text line. Ruben, talk some Lobos. What's up, Ruben? How you doing?
Hey, good morning. How are you doing?
Doing good. What's going on today?
Hey, I have just a question about this Dent guy, the freshman that we're talking about. And my question is to you is if he's really, really that good and makes my question, I guess, is do you think Rick Pitino would bench House and play this guy? What do you think about that? Would he do that?
No. I don't think he's going to have to. I think what you're going to see is, Donovan Dent's going to have a learning curve. He's a competent kid. He's also a true freshman. So he's going to have his bumps in the road. I think it's going to make, even if he only is like 80% of the hype that we're all putting on Donovan Dent right now, it's going to make life easier for Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn to where that is still the core of your backcourt. Jalen House, Jamal Mashburn are proven Division I playmakers. They've hit big shots in games. But I think it's going to allow Jalen House to get a couple of extra minutes of rest, in December and January. The rotation's going to tighten come March, and we'll see if, Donovan can make an impact in that rotation. It's going to make life easier for the backcourt, bringing along another 2-point guard that even you just heard this kid. Yes, he's still a kid.
He is a child.
Hasn't even started. It's
Man-child.
summer before his freshman
Man-child.
year at UNM. But just his mindset of, I'm coming in here, I want to help others be better because he's that true point guard. So I do not think that Jalen House is going to be benched. I know a lot of people are listening. I get it. Like, well, if this kid is so good, how did he end up at UNM? He stayed committed. The Lobos did a really good job building that relationship. And the one thing he doesn't do well right now is he's not a great shooter. So House, Mash, they're better shooters. Right now, Dent, he's attack you off the dribble, get downhill. You want to play off him? All right, I think you can still get by people. But it's about maximizing the play of Jalen House, Jamal Mashburn. I think Dent can do that as a freshman because of his mindset as a true point guard. Let's attack, get others involved.
Lobo fan, come on, have some faith, man.
And he's still going to earn it. He's not just going to take away minutes from what could be one of the best backcourts in the West. Now, we sit here and talk about the backcourt for New Mexico, we know the difference in this team. If they want to be a double-digit win team, if they want to finish top 5, I think this is a top 4 team in the Mountain West.
Absolutely.
It's defensively and the front court. And the two big front court additions, Morris Udeze, Josiah Alec, you're going to hear from them next. And while we talk about Donovan Dent, making life easier on the guards, maybe giving Jalen House a few minutes to breathe, the biggest impact is going to come from these forwards. And you're going to hear why they chose UNM and why they're going to have a huge impact on this team. That's coming up next. JJ Buck, Amory Steph. It is opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
You've heard.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship.
Overhype. That's what we do. I'm excited. I think Richard Pitino and his staff.
His second year.
It's second year, but they have
Post-COVID.
hit home runs in the transfer portal.
Woo.
This is why, from a fan standpoint, the transfer portal is awesome. Because you're not waiting for year 3 or 4. Rich Pitino came in and had to rebuild an entire roster. And usually, back in the day, he'd come in, bring in a bunch of freshmen, maybe get a couple transfers, but they'd sit out a year, and then he'd be like, all right, just wait till year 3. 3 years from now, watch out. That's not the case. It's year 2, watch out. And that's the beauty of the one-time free transfer for fans, and yes, for coaches, because they can take advantage of it, is Lobos brought in their starting backcourt last year and said, you know what? Let's go get a starting front court as well. And don't forget about J. Allen Tobar. He's still going to be a difference maker. Brought him in last year. KJ Jenkins, speaking of that backcourt rotation, might see some fewer minutes, but he's still a legit knockdown shooter to play off those attacking guards. Him and Mash from the perimeter. And then you do develop young players along the way. Sebastian Forslane, Brima Sek is still here. So what Richard Pitino has done is pretty much a blueprint for the majority of college basketball now. Is you find that balance, bring in a couple young guys you're excited about, try to develop, but you got to win in the transfer market. And the Lobos, well, they won with the backcourt, and on paper, the front court looks good. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. JJ Buck Amory, Steph with you. U.S. Open is underway. 2 players atop the leaderboard, Matthew Naismith and Colin Morikawa, both 3 under par. Rory, through 9, is 2 under. A shot back with former Lobo Victor Perez. 2 under through 9. A couple other names to watch out for. John Rahm, 1 under through 10. Got Max Homa, 1 under through 9. Running down, Xander Schaff. Oh, my team is not good right now. Xander, +1.
JJ, there, as the saying goes, there's a lot of golf. It's early. It's Thursday.
All right, 4 shots back.
It's okay.
Will Zalatoris +1. So it's 2 of the 3 on team.
A lot of golf.
Jordan Spieth +1. Team Amory. You're looking at Phil Mickelson teeing off around noon. All eyes going to be on Phil the next couple of days.
For all those that don't know, we're playing for nachos.
Yes, so we did.
Nachos are a serious.
So we've talked up nachos
serious
golf,
thing now.
Golf so much that we put a bet on it, Amory picked 3 players. I picked 3 players. Best team score wins. So winner gets to pick where we're going, taking our significant others to get nachos.
I think most definitely it should be at a bar nachos from one of the various golf courses here in town.
So Steph, I don't know if you've been a part of this conversation, but JJ and I this summer, when it gets to that like July segments, we're on our quest to find the best nachos in New Mexico. Do you have a favorite go-to nachos place here?
If I recall, you still had the
Lately,
July
it's
nachos.
been a food truck.
Okay, food truck, right? Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Furniture.
American Home
Food
Furniture.
truck, that is very specific. The food truck in the parking lot of American Home Furniture.
Recently, I've really enjoyed Steelbender,
Okay.
La Reforma, and 377 Brewery. Now JJ has me on this thing like on the cheat day on the weekend, I like go get nachos.
It's a great meal.
But I overlook it so much unless it's during football season or something. I'm out watching at the bars or something. It's so funny. I'm like, why do we overlook the nachos?
Nachos are fantastic. Like nachos, because you can do them in
JJ loves the Sadie nachos, old school,
classic,
traditional.
old school, traditional nachos.
All right.
But I'm all about it. You know, you can do it in so many different ways. Spice it up, different meats, not just chicken.
I'm
with
more
beef.
about the queso
Alright.
cheese these days than the shredded cheese, because sometimes they don't put enough shredded cheese like on all the layers.
This is very.
I'm a layers guy.
Very important stuff.
I
Yes,
know.
bad nachos are when there's a pile of chips and then you just put everything on top.
Yeah, not good. You gotta spread it out in layers.
Got to layer. It's like lasagna.
Don't disrespect the nachos.
Got to have your layers.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're going to be focused on this weekend. While y'all are watching the U.S. Open and enjoying Father's
Late July
Day,
talk.
we're going to be worried about how much our nacho bill is going to be. But until we get there, let's hear from Morris Udeze. He is the big name forward, the 4-year player at Wichita State, transferred in to play one more season using his extra year of eligibility. Granted to these guys coming off the COVID season, Morris Udeze, 6'8" forward. Last year averaged 10.2 points, 6.1 rebounds per game. He's the only Lobo that's been in the NCAA tournament. So he has that experience. First off, Udeze on why, when he was getting a lot of offers, he's a very attractive forward out there, experienced, 22 years old, why he chose the University of New Mexico.
Yeah, I did a lot of research, man. New Mexico actually offered me out of high school, but kind of trusted my gut and went with Wichita State. But, I kind of like what they're doing here and what we're building and the culture. So I'm just here just to add some big bodies to the team, you know what I mean? Some experience, obviously, and be that tough guy and leader.
And something that's standing out to you, Amory, just listening to these guys talk, is there is a team mentality coming through. And kind of Donovan Dent going, hey, I'm here to challenge as a freshman. I'm going to challenge Jalen's house. I look forward to being on the floor with him. And then Morris Udeze, 4-year guy. He knows he's the starting forward, but he's like, hey, I'm coming in here to be physical. I'm coming in here to be the big guy, because the Lobos, they didn't have that last year. When you look at Sebastian Forsling, Jalen Tovar, it was a lot of good job, good effort. Now you got a dude that's out there, Sharpie him in as a starter, not going to get pushed around in the paint.
It sounds like what I like about these players too is it's they know what their role can be, and it's not about playing time or their ego or being the star player. They're like, I really enjoy this team aspect that Pitino is building.
You got to have it, because these dudes are confident.
Yeah, they're confident.
They know that they're still here to make an impact for themselves. But Udeze, you look at it, 6'8" forward, solid percentages in terms of around the rim. But how does he explain his game to those that might not have seen him yet?
And as a reserved senior, this is like his last year to play, right?
Yeah, so he's all in. This is his extra year of eligibility. Knows that he wants to go out doing something big. So he's going to be a prominent factor. He's going to play a lot of minutes at New Mexico. And when you see him on the floor, this is what you're going to get.
It's kind of being tough, being a leader out there, and just keeping everybody in place, scoring down low, obviously, hitting my free throws, just being a solid player overall. You know what I'm saying? Been working on my game this summer, just kind of getting laterally quicker, better, trying to guard 1 through 5, and overall getting better. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse.
And I like the mindset of guys that know their game but try to push their boundaries of what they are good at. Like he's not a stretch five. Like that's not who he is. But he wants to be able, to be an impact player on the perimeter in terms of defensively. And you talk about lateral quickness, getting down and dirty, being able to survive on the switches. Because basketball is a game hunting matchups, a pick and roll. Do you switch? Do you fight through it? And if you have a guy that can switch and survive, that changes everything for you defensively. It's going to make you that much better if your forwards can survive at least a few seconds switching on those guards. And lastly, all right, as you brought up, Steph, this last year of collegiate basketball, Maurice Udeze has lofty goals for himself. He wants to, stuff the stat sheet, so maybe he can do stuff after UNM, but he understands that it's still, he's not going to look good. The Lobos don't look good. So this was his goal this year and why UNM was attracted to him.
Everybody can score, obviously, so we just got to all put our egos aside and just go for one common goal, which is winning. Because at the end of the day, when you win, everybody gets exposure. Everybody gets what they want to get, obviously, to be pro, make money doing this, and enjoy it. So for my last year, I just want to get to the tournament, which I know we can do that. I know what it takes. So, and I know we have a great group of special talent here that Coach Patino brought in, Coach Chu and Coach Brown, the whole staff brought in. I believe in us, and I feel like we can get stuff done.
There you go. There's your fifth-year senior, Maurice Udeze, transfer from Wichita State, setting the tone for Lobo basketball. We still got Josiah Alec to hear from. We hear from him a little bit later this morning. But you got a big difference right there. The true freshman coming in versus the fifth-year guy coming into UNM. How you feeling? What do you think about this Lobo basketball team? It's June, but they're working out. They're practicing. They're building those preseason expectations. Are you all aboard the hype train? I think you have to be all aboard the hype train because this is a team that looks like a real legitimate basketball team. Impact players, 1 through 5. They're talking a big game. Now they got to back it up. So that's the thing. It sounds good. Will it look good? 505-246-0610. There's a phone line. That is the text line for you to get involved. U.S. Open underway. 2 players at the top of the leaderboard at 3 under. We'll update you on that. On the other side, and the golfers to watch out for this weekend. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Father. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dreamstyle Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Rudy,
the sports animal.
There's now 3 players, 3 under at the U.S. Open. Stuart Hagstad, he's an amateur. 3 under through 8, joining Matthew Naismith and Colin Morikawa atop the leaderboard. Rory McIlroy 2 under through 10. John Rahm, Max Homa, some of the notable names 1 under early on. First round of the U.S. Open, Brookline, Mass. All eyes on Phil Mickelson as well. He tees off around noon Mountain Time today. A couple other names to watch. Victor Perez, he's dropped 2 shots, so he's even par. Former Lobo who qualified through the European qualifier just, I think it was like a week or 2 ago, to get into the U.S. Open.
So awesome.
But he's playing very well on the European tour.
I think they started at like 4 o'clock this morning, 4:30.
Well, it's
this
Eastern.
morning.
Yeah. So they got going at our time pretty early, Eastern Standard Time. We got a lot of golfers to get through the afternoon wave. Of course, it's going to feature Phil Mickelson. You're going to see Bryson DeChambeau. It's been a minute since we've seen him on the golf course. He had that wrist injury, but he's another one of those guys that says he's going over to the LIV Tour. DeChambeau, Patrick Reed, Dustin Johnson, guys named not Phil Mickelson that are over there playing. And I'm really looking forward to the 11:25 wave.
Ooh.
Because you have Brooks Koepka.
Let's go.
Two-time
Who's
US
like,
Open champ,
stop with the nonsense.
who's not about answering questions regarding the LIV Golf Tour. And Cameron Smith, the Aussie, who is
The roller coaster of a golfer. He's a roller
business up
coaster.
front, party in the back. Cameron Smith.
And did he cut his hair yet?
Hopefully he didn't. But so that the 11:25 wave, Koepka, Smith, Scotty Scheffler.
Ooh, good one.
Be on the course, followed by Webb Simpson, Dustin Johnson, and then Phil Mickelson.
Can't wait.
Louis Oosthuizen is in there. Another LIV golfer. Always coming. Is one of those guys that's so close but yet so far in the majors. So here we go. Major Golf U.S. Open is underway. You know, we got you locked.
Drama.
The drama, the leaderboard. Like this summer, it works. If we're still having this debate next summer, people are going to be like, yawn.
Yawn. I just
Hope we
hope
figured it
it
out.
comes down to not to separate the golfers,
It would
but a
be-
LIV versus PGA.
If it's Dustin
golfer,
Johnson, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, it's got to be Rory.
Yeah. Oh. That'll be the
Like
ultimate.
Rory versus is Phil.
Or
would be the
Dustin. Let's be
ultimate.
more realistic.
But
Let's be more realistic.
Let's be realistic.
Let's be more realistic, even though
Rory
this is like a
and Dustin
movie.
Johnson.
Oh yeah, come on, we want that. Vegas wants it.
Sunday.
Everyone wants it.
Father's Day. Locked in.
I mean,
Because this is the day
Dustin's crushing it.
dads out there, you get to say, no, I'm watching the golf. Not, okay, let's go get this
Farmers
done.
market, or what do you guys do on Sundays? Who, or not you, JJ, but like who?
There's
like,
all right, you need to run to the
he-
store, okay. Oh, you need to
It's
go
always
pick
not the
some
most.
stuff, okay.
I don't understand that. Just let your dude watch sports, or woman.
Easier said than done.
I know, but I'm a rare breeder.
You're rare.
I'm a rare breed over here, but I've never.
It is rare because I got that. Like, oh, what do you want to do Sunday? I'm like, two things for sure. Two things for sure. Watching the Formula One race.
I knew you were gonna say Formula One.
I
yeah.
love that stuff.
Is,
Dude, I record the.
Is hockey on Sunday?
They play Saturday night.
Saturday. Okay, I was gonna say it's every three. Okay, every other day.
So I'm gonna be a little bit behind on Saturday night because we got our Taupe stuff. So DVR.
You're gonna be icing. We're gonna be icing, watching Formula One.
Yeah. It's like I'm watching the race. U.S. Open's probably gonna be good.
Austin will probably watch it with you, right?
Yes. I'm so proud of that kid.
Was he all into the hockey last night?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's the greatest. I just want him to have fun right now, and so he's starting to pick it up. Like for me, I want him to try everything and see what clicks. I'm not gonna like force him and be
That's
like,
smart.
You have to be left-handed, even though Greg Maddux was left-handed. I know, guys. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm
Gosh,
tired.
thank God you said it instead of me, or I would never hear the end of it.
I had two different stories I was trying to do at one moment, and that's why I'm not Jeff Symbieta.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's and just to see like when your kids like things start to click, like it's just been great. Like he understands. All right, hockey stick, boom, football, baseball, just so much fun.
Well, yeah, and I feel like you're just like born a sports fan. Like it can't be taught. Like since I was little, I was just like I was influenced. Obviously, my family are sports fanatics, but I was always watching sports. Or when you could only watch Sports Center to get your news, we didn't have like updates constantly.
Yeah, I was one of the rare kids.
Me too.
Where in the morning, I watch cartoons and stuff, but I can even remember this like first, second grade. I was watching Sports Center before I went to school.
And not to hate on Sports Center right now, but it was
it's-
so good in our childhood.
The classics, Stuart Scott.
And that's when
It was so good.
But it also was
Eisen.
exciting because for highlights and like if you didn't catch a game live, you didn't catch a game live.
And
trades.
Patrick Stewart and them, man,
Oh,
they were
yeah.
hilarious.
Yep. So that was.
So definitely.
Anyways, Father's Day. Let your dude. I don't know. Every day, just let woman, man,
I don't think we're
whatever,
getting
whatever.
every day.
Okay, I'm not saying every day, but you know what I mean. I just never understood that. Like, let your partner, if they enjoy sports, watch sports.
Like, I have to pull the work card a lot.
Dude,
that's it's for work. So
It's true though. It also helps me too because I could be like, oh, I can't go out tonight. I have to watch this game.
That was 100% last night. Like
It's true though.
Like even
It is true to an extent.
like Austin enjoys sports. We'll have it on, but there were some times like he's like, "Is it halftime yet?" I'm like, "Cartoons?" I'm like, no,
dude.
I was like,
Give him
no.
the iPad. Dude, have you ever seen those viral videos? It's like the dad spends all this money on a huge screen TV, and the
And
kids
the-
watching the cartoons, and then the dad's on his little iPad watching all the sports.
They do make the sacrifices.
Of course.
There are, but it was one of those moments. I was like, Austin, this is a Stanley Cup. We're not going PIP. I'm not watching the game without the sound right now.
A little split screen.
Which I do that sometimes. Like if it's just
He's
regular
three.
seat.
He's
Yeah,
three,
it's
right?
3.
I mean, yeah,
His
that's
attention span's like 3 minutes.
right.
Like,
Hockey's fast though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like isotope home run. I was like trying to watch the game, talk to you. I was trying to watch hockey. Every time I turn, hockey, goal, home run, goal, home run. I like couldn't keep up.
8
last
home
night.
runs last night for the Albuquerque Isotopes. Right-handed legend Greg Maddux throwing out the first.
Right-handed.
Hall of Fame pitcher.
Right-handed.
Greg Maddux.
Yes.
If you didn't know, it was actually a lefty, but just threw right-handed for the heck of it. To get into the Baseball Hall of Fame, the Isotopes were like, "Welcome to Albuquerque in the PCL, and we don't care about pitching here."
I know I'm catching up on my New Mexico sports being back here after a year, but we're on a 3-win winning streak, okay? And I'm full in on the Topes now that I produce the games during the week. 3-win winning streak. And, so it's good. Great.
And
8 home runs. Record-breaking night last night.
And speaking of the Stanley Cup, if you did not hear how it ended, overtime, game 1.
God, it was good.
Play that for you next. It is the opening drive. ProView Networks, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Obviously, I knew that.
Is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Everguard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments.
AM 610, the sports animal.
It lived up to the hype. Hard to do. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, and Colorado Lightning and Avalanche, a 4-3 victory for Colorado in overtime. A game that had a little bit of the best from both teams. First period, the Avalanche concerned about rust, 8 days off. How they going to look? They looked great. Jumped out to a 2-0 lead. They're flying. The speed is the difference for the Avalanche. Anytime you hear those guys talk about the Avalanche, it's about how fast they are as a team. And they were showing that off early. Tampa Bay, they're the physical team. They're going to lean on you. They're going to hit you hard every shift. And that was the second period. And so it was a 2-0 game. Lightning get a late goal in the first period. It's 2-1. The Avs extend the lead to 3-1 early in the second. And then Tampa Bay scores twice to tie the game in a span of 48 seconds. And Tampa Bay dominated the second period. It was a bad period of hockey for Colorado because they couldn't push back. They were getting pushed around at every spot. Third period, it was tight. Scoring chances both ways. Late penalty. Puck over the boards. Delay a game. Avs go on the power play. Unable to get it done. It goes to overtime. So already you get the best. You've seen the best out of Tampa Bay. You've seen the best out of Colorado. And then it goes to overtime. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610. The Sports Animal. JJ Buck Amory. Step with you. And I'm telling you, overtime, playoff hockey, when you're invested, boy, your heart's racing. You're pumping. And luckily for Avalanche fan, it didn't take long for them to decide this game.
Shoots, it's blocked. Nichushkin with it. Burakovsky. He scores! Andre with a giant goal! And you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because this party is over. Colorado wins Game 1 in overtime.
Altitude Sports Radio with the call 4-3 victory for the Colorado Avalanche. Exceptional game, Game 2, Saturday night in Colorado. The energy, the atmosphere. I think ESPN/ABC, they've done a great job with their hockey coverage this season. I also loved what TNT has done. Commissioner Gary Bettman, the NHL, said they had a fantastic year. It's good to see. I get it. This is the only time we're going to get a chance to really talk hockey. It's the Stanley Cup Final.
I mean, yeah.
At least, I get it.
And as we should.
Market. But you saw why this series is going to be great. Tampa Bay is not going anywhere. They've been there, done that. They're the back-to-back defending champs. This is their third straight final appearance. That's just unbelievable. It doesn't matter the sport. We're like Yankees, Lakers. Last time we saw that, teams that won 3 straight. It's the late 90s, early 2000s. And you saw, all right, what it's going to be for both teams. It was a gutsy performance for the Avalanche to pull that one out. Now, Tampa Bay, they're frustrated. They said that they did not put on their best effort. But that's kind of been what's happened this postseason for Tampa Bay is they've given up a lot of goals. Andre Velasquez, their goaltender, is very good. And there's a reason that they still do have the advantage in that. But Game 1s, he hasn't been really good. So Tampa Bay is going to be looking at, all right, we've got the experience in goal. We've got the guy that stepped up, that's done it. This is going to be a fantastic series the rest of the way. And if you get to start Game 1, OT, let's go.
I mean, come on.
And you're in it now. You're an Avs fan.
It is. You know what? They had me jump on the bandwagon. I told you it's almost been a year since I've joined the opening drive. I said I had my friends at NHL Network suggest I should become an Avs fan. It's like they know things. Mm-hmm. Well, they said because the fan base is fun and I'm fun. But
it's a great atmosphere.
I was like, what hockey team should I follow? I need a hockey team. I didn't grow up on a hockey team. Moved to New York, followed the Rangers and Islanders. But I was like, nah, I need a hockey team. Tried the Wild, couldn't get into it. Mm-hmm. Here we are. This is a new feeling to me. I don't know how to feel.
Championship game feeling. Cup feeling.
God, I hope I don't bring a jinx to you.
I was expecting more rust from the Avalanche. I really was. Because, Tampa Bay coming off winning the series, they just won 4 in a row. The Avs have some question marks with players. Burakovsky getting back in the lineup was huge because he actually missed some time with injury. So that time off was big to get him back in the lineup, the player who scored the game-winning goal for the Avalanche. But this is going to be a great series because you have 2 distinctive styles. You have very physical, big, going to lean on you all game. Tampa Bay or Colorado, they want to get out, play in space, fly down the rink, and just put pucks on net, and it was advantage. Colorado early and thankfully late in that one last night. 505-246-0610. That's the phone number and or text line. Talking a lot about the Lobos this week as well. Heard from Richard Pitino yesterday. Had some of the player sound today. So I have a little bit more to get to with one of the newcomers, Josiah Alec, on why he chose UNM and his thoughts on what this roster can be. Rudy wants to get in on the Lobos. Rudy, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. I want to talk about that extraordinary Lobos camp yesterday. I don't know how many people out there have met Danny's daughter, Abby, but, you know, what they're doing for this community is something that's spectacular. When you can reach out and take care of the kids in your community that don't have those opportunities, some of them were in wheelchairs, I just thought it was extraordinary. And I think so many times, you know, we want sports to be about setting records and stuff, but yesterday it was sports about making people feel good about themselves, and I thought that was really outstanding. So I just wanted to mention that because I hope they can grow that camp into something spectacular, you know? And seeing the smiles on those kids' face, Danny's just being a real leader in our community, and I think that just shows it again right there, what Danny Gonzalez is all about, and his wife Sandra. So I just wanted to mention that, and also put a bug in people's ears to get their tickets for the TBT. You know, we always complain about we want to be big time, we want big time events. This is $1 million winner-take-all basketball tournament set up just like the NCAA tournament. So people don't wait until 5 minutes before the game to buy a ticket. Go buy your tickets now, get set up in the pit.
Yeah, Rudy, we're all about the TBT. Brandon Mason
all in
code yesterday. Excited for that. And we'll talk about that extraordinary Lobo campus. Stopped by yesterday, and just the smiles on everyone's face. Football players out there, what Danny Gonzalez is doing. He's real about the community, man. This is his home. And the scoreboard ultimately is going to decide his fate at UNM. But he's going to be impactful in this community regardless. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason.
thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Everguard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build.
With three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Cindietta, and JJ Bach. Don't sweat the technique.
Keep it simple. Game 6 of the NBA Finals tonight. Warriors lead the Celtics 3-2. There's no hot takes needed. Going down, let's Derek White game. It's got to be Jordan Poole. It's pretty simple. This is a superstar game. This is a star who wants to be a superstar in Jason Tatum. This is your time to shine. And sometimes it is that simple. Is the best players doing the best things on the court. And team basketball matters. Playing within yourself. Making other players better. That's why the Warriors and Celtics are here. You look at game 1 for Jason Tatum, 13 assists. He knows he has a really high basketball IQ. Same thing with Steph Curry last game. Was not a good offensive game for Steph Curry. Found a way to make an impact because you know everything that Boston is doing defensively is geared towards slowing down Steph Curry. He still goes out there, tries to be aggressive, put his teammates in the best position. All that's great. But I also need those moments. And Steph had one of those moments in his 43-point game. He's like, I know y'all going to make some plays, but I got you. And that is what Jason Tatum has to do tonight. It is Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter. That's going to decide if the Boston Celtics can once again get to a Game 7. They did it against Milwaukee. They had to win against Miami. Now, they had to win the last 2 games against Milwaukee to come back. Tonight, it's all about Jason Tatum. And it's pretty crazy, right? Saying that the best player has to have the best game. But it's in that fourth quarter because the last 2 games, we have seen a Golden State team that hasn't blinked. They haven't wavered. They've been the one to weather the storm and then make the plays late in the game. And there's no easy baskets late in the NBA Finals game. There's going to be contested shots. The best shot maker is still Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown is a bucket getter, but it's going to be Jason Tatum stepping up in the fourth quarter at home. Still got to do all the little things. You're not playing outside yourself to get you to that moment to where you can take over a game. And that's what it is. Late in the NBA Finals, it's not about the extra pass. You won't have that moment to find Steve Kerr, to find the Robert Horry late in the game if you don't put your team in that position. That's why it's a Jason Tatum game.
It is simple, though, that you have to play well. End of the day. Yeah. Just play well.
Fourth quarter numbers haven't been good for Tatum, and that's the difference.
And they just can't close it out. They haven't been able to this whole post run.
That's the most frustrating thing because Tatum's, that list.
They're capable.
Of all right, who's next? Like who you want leading your franchise? As good as Andrew Wiggins is, it's like Jason Tatum's the dude that can be, the 1A, and he's in the NBA Finals with the Boston Celtics. But it's those moments that separates why we talk about Steph Curry as one of the greatest of all time versus someone that's trying to take the step.
Jason Tatum is the player.
Yes.
Steph Curry is the player. Wiggins is a star, but he's not the player.
And
he contributes to the player.
You don't need to overthink it. It's
no.
Like the Celtics.
Hot take. Don't turn over the ball.
Yeah, turnovers. True. knew that they were really frustrated by the Warriors.
Don't play your game, not the other. Don't let the Warriors dictate
But
how you play.
It's also just those few possessions where it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be the great offense. You're going to have to hit some tough shots. And in the fourth quarter, because I expect this game to be close once again. 75-74 last game going into the fourth quarter after Jordan Poole hit that three-point shot to give the Warriors the lead. I'm expecting more of the same tonight. It's those few possessions that might get ugly, that might not go your way in terms of getting the best shot. Can the best player on the floor step up and hit the shot? We know Steph Curry can do that. He's done that. He's had his game in the series. Now Steph is going to be looking to bounce back in a big way tonight because he was 0 for 9 from 3, and he snapped a 233-game streak where he made a three-point shot. So it's not just that the Celtics facing elimination. It's the Celtics facing elimination against a Steph Curry that's like, I want to go out there and hit 9 three-point shots in this game because he was 0 for 9 last game.
Some fun lessons from history. Teams that have led 3-2 in the finals have won the championship 81% of the time, 39-9 so far. So good for the Warriors right now. But teams that have overcome a 3-2, the 1984 Boston Celtics.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
History?
There's some history lessons for you. So you don't have to quiz me on it. Simple as that. Well, which star will shine?
Because we've seen it. Steph
Which
Curry's
star will shine?
stolen the game. And this is a Jason Tatum game, man. It's not breaking news. It's not hot taking it. That's what it's going to take. And the biggest moment is Jason Tatum's going to have to put Boston in position to where, all right, he's made some tough shots, and then someone else can win in the game. And then you can have your Andrew Wiggins moment, your Jaylen Brown moment.
And it's also the NBA gods.
And we'll see. And Game 7, if we get there,
I think we're going there.
I think we're going to Game 7 as well.
I think we're going. I think the Warriors like that whole, can't. Not that they can't get the job done, but they're messing around.
And that's one
with
to
the food
watch
on their
too, 'cause
plate.
you
Maybe
look at-
they're like, well, let's just take this
Yeah,
home
you-
and finish it.
Yeah, you look at the other series, like the Denver one, they're up 3-0, and the Nuggets go out there, win a game, and then Golden State's like, all right, that was nice.
Yeah.
Memphis, the first opportunity, the Grizzlies must fight back. But I do think that even we're talking about playoff basketball, and these guys aren't coasting, but there's a different mentality. Golden State going into Game 6, the first closeout opportunity in the NBA Finals, than sitting there in the first or second round.
You know who you've not mentioned for all the segments we've talked about this? Klay Thompson.
Game 6, Clay.
Still think it's a thing. Still think Game 6 Klay is a thing.
Well, Clay's been a thing.
He's been a thing. He is a thing.
He's yeah.
He is the thing.
It's been timely Klay Thompson last game. He 4 3-point shots made. He's hitting them in the second.
He can't get into that East Coast water. I don't think that's going to heal him.
Maybe he doesn't have the Pacific Ocean to jump into. He's got the Atlantic.
If you guys didn't hear that, it's ridiculous.
Now, Klay Thompson was talking about he believes that the ocean has different healing properties.
I agree with that.
Nature.
I mean,
Buy in.
nature, I get it, but that was funny.
That's how he gets into a different headspace. When he's back in Cali.
Everyone has their thing. Pre-game rituals.
Jumps into the ocean, feels it, heals him differently.
Hey, hot take, the East Coast water's way different, and don't do it.
He needs to go do a little floating session in the Dead
What is
Sea.
he? Was he like Prince? Lake Minnetonka?
Lake Minnetonka. The healing properties of the Pacific Ocean for Klay Thompson, they've got him locked in. I don't think you're jumping into rivers in Boston.
No, I
Atlantic
wouldn't.
Ocean.
I wouldn't. Just
Doesn't sound great.
advice.
Yeah. Maybe do some lobster fishing. I don't know. Get your mind in different
Get a
place.
lobster roll after the game. Absolutely delicious.
But it's one of those games, guys. It's a superstar game. Role players, they're gonna play a factor. Team basketball, yada yada yada. The biggest moments are decided by the biggest players on the floor. NBA Finals. Think about it. History. Celtics want to play in Game 7. comes down to Jason Tatum tonight. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Gabe Marie with you. Steph holding it down. 505-246-0610 is the phone and text line. A Western Conference contender made a big move yesterday, and this is a huge win for the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks acquired center Christian Wood, the former UNLV Rebel, from the Houston Rockets in exchange for the number 26 pick in next week's NBA draft. 4 players on expiring contracts. This is the perfect fit for the Dallas Mavericks, who did not have a forward. They did not have a go-to player. It didn't work with Kristaps Porzingis, which is just wild. It feels like that was going to be the match made in heaven. It wasn't. Like, the Mavericks were better when they traded Porzingis for another guard, bringing Spencer Dinwiddie in. But Christian Wood is a legitimate threat on both ends of the floor. He's a defensive playmaker. He's a very good rebounder. He can stretch the floor a bit. And so they have a number 5, or a 5 spot, that they can count on. And this is a huge move in the Western Conference because Dallas is right there. They were in the Western Conference Finals with a roster that did not have a legitimate forward on it. You got your Dwight Powell game, Maxey, Kleba. But now Christian Wood is a difference maker. And the Dallas Mavericks, you sit here right now. We're talking about Boston and Golden State. Dallas, as we sit, without even talking about free agency yet, the upcoming draft, you're looking ahead. I think they're third best team.
Yeah, they got to play with house money, and this is a great move. We've been talking about it all season long. Is Luka give Luka something?
And it's different because Kristaps Porzingis,
the star.
He was
something.
He was a forward that he still wanted the basketball in his hands. Like Christian Wood is going to get his without saying, "Hey, give me the ball and let me go to work a little bit," which is what Kristaps Porzingis, he still wants to play on the perimeter and stuff. This feels like a better fit than Kristaps was, because once you saw it play out, you're like, why is this not working? Well, it's just not. And then Dallas, credit to them though, they didn't wait. They knew just relationship wasn't good, wasn't quite working on the floor. They made that move, got him out of there, eventually cleared up the room to make a move like this, because Golden State, they still got some stuff in them in this run. With I don't know if Kuminga and Umudi are going to be quite ready next year, but you still see those guys in the postseason. Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, now that's a big contract one in the offseason. But you give Golden State the benefit of the doubt, regardless of what happens this series, to be a factor next year. Memphis is coming. Memphis is here. They have arrived. And then Dallas is that team. Utah is a giant question mark. New coach. Rudy Gobert, where is he going to go? Probably going to blow it up, trade him. Then you have the Denver Nuggets.
What about the Phoenix Suns?
The Phoenix Suns. Thank you. That's I'm running it down. Like I think Dallas going into next year, I have Dallas just a little bit ahead of Phoenix.
I agree.
Phoenix is Miami.
Phoenix.
They're going to be really good.
Totally.
They're always going to be a factor.
Sneak to be that 1 seed for some reason.
They were just in the mid-finals 2 years ago, so they're going to still be really good. That's right. The Western Conference is outrageous still, and this is a huge move for Dallas. This does put
the
them
Bucks healthy
in the conversation.
The Nets. Kyrie will play the whole season probably.
Maybe. We'll see if anything pops up for him. But this is a huge move in the Western Conference. That, again, you're going to look at it. See, I just ran down that list, and they're like, JJ, Phoenix. Oh, yeah. Got to be aggressive in the Western Conference. That's what Dallas did. That's a big-time move for the Dallas Mavericks. So Game 6 of the NBA Finals tonight. Does Golden State close out Boston, or can the Celtics do it again and force another Game 7?
You know we all want a Game 7.
We do all want a Game 7. We can't wait. Superstar moments. That's what we're here for. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Kirtland Federal Credit Union is New Mexico strong.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA
5.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
United made it 5 in a row.
Ooh, whoop.
2-1 victory at Oakland. But Albuquerque native Christian Nava. He was an academy product, signed a professional contract 10 months ago with United to join the first team. Comes in as a substitute. United down 1-0. Just 2 minutes after coming on, Nava gets possession in his half. He has the hockey assist. So he has the pass that leads to the pass on the opening goal from Nico Brett to tie the game. And then 9 minutes later, Navas turns with the ball at his feet, gets into the near side of the box, plays a cross, beautiful cross, off his right foot. It's kind of turning back into the path of Chris Wehan, who heads it home for the second goal and the game-winning goal last night. So Christian Nava, New Mexico product, making a difference for New Mexico United. They've won 5 in a row. They're in 3rd place in the Western Conference standings.
All right, United 5 in a row. Isotopes 3 in a row. We're on a heater here.
So far, so good.
Literally.
A heater. So United back home next Wednesday against Rio Grande Valley FC. I'll actually be on the call with Tyler Ortega for that game.
Cool. Tune in.
Joining him
Tune in general, but
the
you know.
booth, breaking down some soccer on ESPN Plus for United RGB. But they're playing good, and this is a team that has bumps in the road, gave away some late goals. It's kind of what they tend to do at times. But this roster, and a lot of people, when it comes to United, been like, all right, show me something. Absolutely, they have to show you something. It's not just the depth that they have multiple playmakers at every position. In years past, you look early, for United year one, Kayvon Frater, big goal scorer, number 9. Whether, Devin Sandoval. There's been 1 or 2 guys playing direct, playing now. Nico Brett, Chris Wehan, Sergio Rivas, Justin Portillo in the midfield, defensive midfield, holding it down, who's been a playmaker because of his set piece ability. Christian Nava coming off the bench. So it's multiple impact players with depth for this team, and it's going to be something fun to watch down the stretch. You're playing really good soccer back home Wednesday night against RGV. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Amory, Steph with you this morning. Game 6 of the NBA Finals, 10-9. Is it pretty simple? Is it just a superstar game? What's it going to take for the Celtics to force a Game 7? Also, U.S. Open is underway. 2 players. It's been Matthew Naismith, Colin Morikawa. They're sitting there at 3 under. They have the lead. Roy McIlroy is at 2 under. So there's 2 players 3 under. 4 players at 2 under. Bunch of players at 1 under right now. Early on. But the name to watch right there, Roy McIlroy, 2 under par. Backing it up. Now, this is not a PGA Tour event, but it's still got the PGA Tour versus Live Golf feel to it.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Major Championship Golf. Course is solid early. Doesn't look unplayable.
No.
But it will penalize you if you get in the rough.
Absolutely. And I just would like to say that 2 of my players of my U.S. Open fantasy team have not teed off yet.
Yes,
So
you just
looking
have
forward to
Jordan
it.
Speed. So
Yeah.
you're
I'm +2 right now, but I have faith. A lot of golf left.
a lot of golf for Team Amory.
For all of you just tuning in,
What do you
JJ
have?
and I are doing a U.S. Open
3-on-3.
3-on-3 U.S. Open combined best score. The other buys each other nachos. I like this gambling. I like it when it comes to food and beverage.
So it's something on the line, but I'm still going to be able to make my mortgage payment.
Absolutely,
type of
absolutely,
bet.
absolutely. Basic
Yep.
Better doesn't do more than
Yeah.
$20 in general. I know people know that I'm a degenerate gambler, but it's like $20, guys.
Yes. But that's fun when you put those ridiculous...
Which is like $1 these
right,
days.
You put those ridiculous parlays together, and you're seeing what happens.
People take them so serious, JJ. People are like, "Oh my God, that's the worst." I'm like, guys, that's
$20.
the fun of
If
it.
hits,
Okay.
I win
Everyone's like, you would make more money if you just do one bet, one money line bet. I'm like, that doesn't make it fun. I want to do ridiculous prop bets. I'm looking up Game 6 prop bets right now.
Extra excitement that you've hit 9 bets and you're like, I need the Tampa Bay Rays to not score more than 5 runs tonight.
Yeah, I missed the week of my wedding in Vegas. I did a parlay every day, and I missed one game out of like a 9-game parlay every day. It was insane.
You're doing it. In this case, the basic bettor does it for fun.
Yeah, guys.
And
I
then
mean,
it happened
all of us
fun.
think we know, and I know we think we're experts, and this is why we do this for a living every single morning of our lives. But no one really knows. Those Vegas know, though. But
why
we're going to look up prop bets, too, because this is going to be a lot of fun.
That's why they have those giant buildings in Las Vegas, because they take all of our money.
Really?
But I didn't think they got it. Like, you know what? This slot machine, this one's going to be the one that pays off for me. Nope. All right, no, it's going to be this one.
Okay, prop bets.
Go, what do we got?
Points, Al Horford, over 9.5. Yeah, this is a fun game. Al Horford, over 9.5. Steph, even if you don't, you want to play? Is she back there? 9.5. I'm going over.
I'm going to take the under on
I
Big
like
Al.
it. I like it. We can, okay, Marcus Smart, 1 steal.
Ooh, over.
Over?
Defensive player of the year gets 2 steals.
I like it. I like it. Okay. Steph Curry, over 4.5 3-pointers.
That's the number.
I mean, that
Oh
is
my God.
that is the number, guys, and this is what we've been talking
Steph
about.
Curry-
It's simple as that. If he has 4.5 3-pointers, they
If
have won
they-
the
yeah.
NBA championship.
Like, if Steph Curry is hitting 5 or more threes in this game, good night now.
Good
So
night.
That's a prop bet that
And he didn't
decides
hit
the NBA.
1 3 last game, so I think
Is he going over? Because if he goes over, they
I
win then,
actually
right?
I think he has to make up for it because he didn't make 1 3 last game, and it was like a I don't know if that's a good record.
But
to
it feels
have,
like if he goes over, they're winning.
yes.
Is
No,
there
I'm
like an average on threes that he hits all the time? Or no?
Well, he is the best shooter of all time, but the last game he broke a record. He didn't hit 1 3-pointer, which hasn't happened ever.
Doesn't
I think
happen.
it never happens.
But usually you're like Steph, like 3 to 4 per game regardless. Like, yeah, you're getting 3 or 4.
And that's just like a normal. Huh?
From Steph. And so he has a game where he goes 0 for 9. You're like, oh. And they won. Okay, so
that's a
sit on
crazy.
that for a second, yo.
4.5
for Steph Curry. If Steph Curry goes over, does that mean the NBA Finals are over and he is your NBA Finals MVP? We will tell you that answer next. It is the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect.
So it feels like the prop bets will decide this game. Because
It's as simple as that.
If Steph Curry goes over 4.5 made threes, easily advantage Golden State. Jason Tatum over 27.5 points, then it feels like you're getting the Jason Tatum game you need for them to extend this to Game 7. So where do you come down on these prop bets? Because that will decide
how you feel and who you think is going to win.
This is a superstar game. It's simple. This isn't one
pretty
where
smart over here.
There's going to be playmakers. There's going to be plays that we'll be discussing tomorrow and who didn't rise to the occasion, who wasn't there. But in the biggest moments, on the biggest stage, late in the NBA Finals, it's on Steph Curry, it's on Jason Tatum. Yes, Klay Thompson will make plays, Jaylen Brown. We know that. But to be in position to either force a Game 7, the Celtics need Jason Tatum to hit fourth quarter shots, or to win the NBA Finals, it's Steph Curry closing out what would be an MVP series. And this isn't just the narrative that Steph needs it. And you've heard this discussion with the NBA Finals that, Steph Curry needs an NBA Finals to legitimately be one of the greatest players of all time. Well, he's been there, man. They've been in
Why
six
is this
of the
ruining? Why is this his legacy up for debate? Look at the last 10 years what the Golden State Warriors have done.
Because it's what we do, Amory.
Well, I'm sick of it.
You're here to change the game.
Yeah. What?
This obviously will add to it, and it will be an easy discussion. Oh, Steph Curry. Oh, he's got a Finals MVP. Oh, he's got regular season MVPs. Oh, he's won 4 NBA championships. So it'll be easier discussion for him, but I don't look at it as it takes away from
MVP's like in the moment. I feel like in the NBA.
Yes,
it's in the moment. Whatever happened,
Wiggins
and that's what happened with Iguodala the other year.
Andre Iguodala should not have been the MVP.
We all know that, but that was in the moment. They were living in the moment.
Or that was one you could say, you lost, but LeBron James averaged 33, 13, and 9.
Right.
That series. And Andrew Wiggins has been better than Andre Iguodala was in that series.
And Iguodala might not play tonight. His knee is questionable, if anyone was wondering.
So there is more. All right, I'm listening. If you want to make a case for Andrew Wiggins, NBA Finals MVP, I think he has a bigger case than Andre Iguodala did. when he actually won it.
Is there like
in
a?
that
They should have
series.
like a breakout trophy. Or a.
They've already tried. They've
or
tried with.
man. I just
They're
just
trying
stop.
to like.
I don't know. We don't. Not everyone
right?
needs a trophy either. Let's just stop it. The trophy's the
everyone needs.
trophy.
Too many trophies.
You don't need to have an
Too many
MVP.
trophies
It's a
before.
team sport.
They're handing them out like participation trophies.
I
for God's
know,
sakes.
man. God, that doesn't. I just don't think it should affect your legacy.
It's.
And poor Steph is in a weird category.
Here's the thing. I think Steph Curry is. You know, an NBA Finals MVP and another championship makes it easier to say Steph is this. He's the greatest guard of all time. Like true guard. Like who? He's way past Allen Iverson. Like somebody's gonna say Pete Maravich. I can't.
But he's won championships, multiple. That's usually the argument.
And there's a game-changing perspective to his game. Like Steph Curry works because the game is played this way, and they play the game this way because Steph Curry is good at extending the court. Like when you look at, if you go back, the players that have changed history in basketball, when it was Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, changing the game. The evolution of the big man, the impact they had on the era. And then you get in to the Showtime Lakers. Magic Johnson creating a new position. Essentially, like, big guys never really played like that. And then you get into Michael Jordan. And the way he changed the game, the jump man, the mentality. And then you get into Kobe Bryant is similar to Michael Jordan, but the game is changing, and then you get your Steph Curry as the game gets further and further away from the basket. Like there's guys that are great, and then there's players that also have impact on the game overall. And Steph Curry is one of those players. Yeah, like Steph wasn't the first person to shoot threes. We got it. But as the game got further and further away from the basket, he's the best one to do it. And so winning another championship, check, NBA Finals MVP, it just makes it easier to justify that conversation. But I think Steph's already that dude.
That's annoying.
Because it's if you watch and you hear people talking about Michael Jordan, 6-0 in the NBA Finals, 6-0. Yeah. If Michael Jordan was 6-2, then all of a sudden we're like, well, now LeBron James can be better. It's debate. It's a barbershop. It's eating the nachos at the brewery. It's what we do. It makes it easier. We're here for winners. We got that. I think Steph has already established himself as one of the greatest of all time. If you want to, kind of separate it, fine. But if you want to say Michael Jordan, all right, he's in the king chair. But who are the knights of the round table?
I think Curry could be at that table.
LeBron James, Steph Curry. You want to throw some love? Which big man do you want to put there? Kareem, Bill Russell. Well, like that's where Steph Curry is right now, regardless of what happens. Now, there's going to be a ton of pushback if, one, he doesn't win NBA MVP somehow, like if they do give it to an Andrew Wiggins, or if they lose this series. Because the way we're talking up Steph and the Warriors, you got two chances to win one.
I'd rather just win a championship and than MVP.
Yes.
I just want to win.
But it kind of come hand in hand at times, best player
When
in the
you're
winning
the
team
star
usually
player.
gets it.
Yes.
And so that's why people have gone, well, Steph hasn't had one yet. Can he be that good? It was all about Kevin Durant. Like, he won a championship before KD got there, which is really impressive. The run that they're on right now,
Multiple championships.
post Kevin Durant, is really impressive. And tonight's it's a superstar game. Steph Curry, he's established. He's that dude. And it's going to take Jason Tatum being that dude in the fourth quarter for us to get to a Game 7. Now, I do say that the Warriors, they don't win this series, yeah, there's going to be some heat because they 3-2 lead. I'm sitting here saying one of the greatest of all times is playing in Steph Curry. You got all the help you need. It'd be a bit of a dent. It's not going to... I might push his chair away a little bit. But he's still at the table.
Okay, so if he doesn't go over 4.5 3-pointers, what we're saying, they're not winning.
So those two prop bets, great numbers.
Great numbers.
The game
They're
tonight.
pretty smart.
Feels like it will dictate what happens. If Steph is over 4.5 made threes, it's a Warriors.
I'm going Jason Tatum over, Curry under.
Tatum is scoring 30-plus points.
Let's go. Has to.
It's Boston's game.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Kind of got to. This is more than kind of got to
It's
score
a
30
gotta-win
points.
game for
This is a
Boston
got
Celtics.
to win game.
Kind of got to win game for the Golden State Warriors.
Kind of got to win game. That's really funny.
505-246-0610. Phone and text line is opening drive here on 95.9 FM AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Science with CBS Sports.
Combination, your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sound of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. for life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Locked in NBA Finals tonight. Another night one. Sorry, not getting the TV.
To all the dads out there, I hope Father's Day starts early and you can just watch Game 6 in peace.
Like I just
Even though that's 6 o'clock, even though on the East Coast that's so late to start.
How do you
the game.
survive on the? It feels like no one sleeps on the East Coast.
So I was in New York the last 13 years, and I was a comedian mostly full time, so I was up late anyways. But I don't know how I did it. Game starting at 9 p.m. tonight. Oof, it's rough.
It does feel like, well, everything is East Coast bias.
Right.
Like y'all never sleep on the East Coast.
I mean, it's hard for those sports people.
Well, it's in Boston.
Yeah, 9 o'clock tonight. Anyways, that's late for East Coast. After you get those kids bathed and fed, just request Father's Day a little bit early.
Game 7, would that be Sunday?
Oh, that would be awesome.
If it does go 7, we'll check the schedule.
I'm pretty sure it will be. But
It
like,
would be
how
Sunday.
great would that be? Just watch the U.S.
Sunday, 6
Open.
o'clock Mountain Time. If we
What'd
do
you
get a
say?
Game 7.
What was you said Monday?
No, Sunday.
Oh, I was like, oh, please
Yeah,
no.
'cause you have
What?
It makes
brilliant by the
have
NBA.
The 2 days in between because you do have a cross-country flight involved.
Correct.
I think the pacing of the finals has been fine.
What a great Father's Day, though.
If we get a Game 7.
We are getting a Game 7.
So you got to be pulling for the Celtics tonight.
The NBA wants it. The fans want it. Maybe not
Is it
Golden State wants it. Fans want it.
Good
but
old conspiracy theory of it's going 7 regardless.
Of course, that's always the conspiracy theory, right?
Like, oh, there's
nothing better than a Game 7.
There's no drama.
We'll give Game 7 for all these people who are complaining about the NBA this year. Jeez Louise. I've had a great time.
Yeah, I get it. If it's a blowout, you're not staying to the end. You're not doing it with any sport.
But I also do watch the
Unless you
NBA
got
during the
some
regular season, so.
Yeah. That's why we're here. We cover those times where you switch away to do other things. Yes.
I'm watching like the
we are
Houston
people-
Rockets
yeah.
during the regular season.
We're the people like, did you see that Rockets Thunder game last night? Kind of like this Jalen Green kid. I think he's going to be pretty good. And we're like, what? You did what last night? Like, absolutely. That's why the Rockets traded Christian Wood so they can open up space in the front court. Alex Spurgeon, first round pick last year. Ford, they want to play more. That's what we do in the opening draft. We watch what you don't want to watch.
Yeah.
So we can tell you about it. Conspiracy theory or not, I think we're getting to Game 7. I am buying in one more time. I've been burned every time. Well, like 3 times in the NBA Finals.
How many times has it gone to always Game 7, or does it usually always go to Game 7?
There's been plenty of times where we've gone in Game 7
Yeah, of course. People love a Game 7 too.
in the NBA
And
Finals.
if you buy tickets, you're absolutely hoping it goes to Game 7.
Tickets so right now, if you were betting on this series going back to Golden State, you can get a ticket for Game 7 as low as $1,060. That's a steal.
That's my starter I had to pay for.
Yeah.
My car.
What kind of was it what kind of labor were they charging?
I don't know.
for
It's
that,
a
by the
Game
way?
7 freaking starter.
Game
That's
7
what it
Golden
is.
Starter they put in your Honda Accord. What is labor charges? I
I don't
get
know, inflation. Jesus. Well, that's
The
what I'm saying. The
labor
basic
charges?
better, the $20 is now like $1 bet.
Yeah, it's going down. It's hurting us at
It's
the
a
window.
it's a gallon of gas for me now when I bet these parlays.
It's true. That's a steal considering it took fake Klay Thompson $10,000
Absolutely.
to get on the floor.
Okay, guess how many Game 7s have been played? Let's reverse the roles here when people quiz part-time bro. How many Game 7s do you think in NBA history?
NBA Finals?
Yeah.
History?
Mhm.
How many not out? Oh man, how many NBA Finals have they played total?
Oh, that's
I'm gonna go with 5.
No. Well, no. Let's see here.
So I'm thinking.
Oh, NBA playoff. Sorry.
Oh, NBA playoffs. There's a ton.
Oh, let me see where it's. Let me retype this in the Google machine.
Get it down to the finals. All right, so the two numbers that we've settled on here, deciding the game tonight.
I got you now.
Over under. Steph Curry 4.5 made threes. Jason Tatum over under 27.5 points. I think that's going to be a couple of deciding factors.
19 times, by the way.
19
in history.
NBA Finals history.
The game
Good
has
chunk.
been the winner has been decided 19
7.
times. That's pretty that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And it's been a better series the last couple games, even though that Golden State, they've ran away late. It's compelling games. And now we haven't had that Steve Kerr, Robert Horry, Ray Allen moment yet, where it is, that shot in the final minute. But hey,
that'd be fun if it came down to that. We haven't had one.
That's what stands out. It's the overtime winner. In the
Imagine it's Curry or Tatum.
Steph Curry, Jason Tatum taking the shot. Next level.
That Tatum number 30 point or that 5th 3-pointer by Curry.
U.S. Open leaderboard. Things changing fast. Got 2 players at 3 under. Callum Tarrant, he was on your team, right? And David Lingmerth, both at 3 under. Matthew Naismith, Colin Morikawa, they've been leading a lot of the day. They are at 2 under.
The lefty should have just teed off as well.
Phil?
Philly boy.
I thought that was a little bit later.
It's 11:47 Eastern, so
Eastern.
now
So,
he
yeah, okay.
just teed off.
So he's just on the course. Phil Mickelson. All eyes on Phil. And that's a question.
Great time to tee off, by the way.
Perfect time to tee off. So with Phil Mickelson, he's been through it. He's talking about the stuff he's working on. You've said what? He's going through the divorced dad phase.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, he looks like he's going through his midlife crisis. He's like, he's just between his outfits and like his slick back hair and
not shaving,
unshaved, and like not blinking, and doesn't sound like himself. He's not blinking recently. I'm like, Phil, are you okay? No, watch him.
Blink if you're in trouble.
No, I'm serious. Like, see any meme or watch any of his clips recently from his press conferences.
got the Adam
He is
Keefe
just
face?
he's just like not blinking. He seems so nervous. He's like lost.
That's the again.
I'm not trying to laugh that people are going through
Well,
stuff, but it's so funny.
You bring it on yourself.
And I love Phil. I want to see him get back to that, chirping, having fun on the course.
That's what I'm really interested to see later today. Turning it on.
He makes losing fun.
He was the lovable loser.
He's the most lovable loser.
He won tournaments. He's got some majors. It took
Yeah, and he has a
little
lot
bit.
of wins.
But he was-
Okay, we
he was
shouldn't
al-
call him a loser because whoa. He's won a lot.
term.
Yes.
The term. Because he was always the bridesmaid to Tiger Woods.
And he's okay with it, I feel like.
And so that's where you kind of get the lovable loser from.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, it's the Chicago Cubs, Boston Red Sox. Then they go in the World Series, and you're like, oh, y'all are obnoxious like everyone else. Like you don't have that oh shucksness to them. And I think it's split right now. Phil Mickelson is that there's people that are like just done. They hate the idea of the LIV Tour. They hate the idea of where the money's coming from. They agree with Rory McIlroy that these dudes are just selfish. Get what's coming to them. And then people are like, yeah, playing the game of golf, man. You're on this course. You're out there. You made a business decision. Not all of us know where all of our money's coming from at times. And here you go. So I do think it's split.
Same.
With Phil Mickelson of how just the crowd out there is going to react to him. It's probably going to be more positive towards Phil than negative in terms of the fans that are at the U.S. Open. And can he just get to the weekend? That's the key.
Is the mashed potatoes guy there?
Mashed potatoes.
Or the Michelob Ultra guy. You see that guy?
Sports washing.
You see the Michelob Ultra guy? He was the only guy not on his phone, so Michelob Ultra gave him a deal to just go to golf tournaments and like drink Michelob
Winner.
Ultra. I'm like, can I
Winner.
get that job?
Smart man. He's just there drinking his beer, enjoying it,
He was present in the moment.
watching with his eyes and not his phone.
I mean, I think that's incredible. Now he has this deal. I'll do it.
That is always, so fascinating when you see the biggest moments of. You want to put that on your social media. Like, you're like, I want the likes, I want the retweets. But when you see an entire crowd that is just absolutely just like sitting there, like, are you watching the game or are you watching the game through your phone at that point in time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all want that clip to go viral. We've all been there. But winner, just there holding the beer, and then they're sending them to the tournaments.
All right.
Just like,
This is going to be a very, very exciting Father's Day weekend for you. Because I know we're about to get out of here. You got the Avalanche. You got hopefully a Game 7. I don't know what you're doing on Father's Day. And you might get free nachos.
Might get free nachos. We'll see. I'm not confident in my team right now. I think I'm going to be buying you guys nachos.
I did look up some good nacho places.
Oh, give us
They
give
were
us before we
rated
close
this-
out here.
Okay, we have Two Fools Tavern.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, they make it's Irish nachos, so they make it with potato chips. But I'm not dissing on it.
Sadie's is on the list, like 3 different locations. Nexus Brewery,
Oh, it's really good. Nexus is good.
El Pinto,
I'm married to a foodie, so I've been everywhere local.
Church Street Cafe,
Ooh, Church Street is good. Old Town.
Boxing Bear, and Papa Nachos.
So Boxing Bear, that must be a food truck though, because they don't have food. It's a brewery.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
They might have at some point when that list was made.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know, pre-pandemic. Oh, thank
So
you,
we're gonna have
Steph.
to
Thank
pick
you for
some
that.
Nacho places.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Oh, it's Thursday.
Someone is
feels like
on the
Friday.
yeah, no. I was like, we'll be here tomorrow.
I was like, oh wait, it's Friday.
We're gonna have a full house tomorrow. Expecting another voice to join us. That would be one Daryl Stoneham, former wide receiver at Baylor, at Michigan. Been working with the Duke City Gladiators, doing some broadcasting. He's probably gonna come hang out with us as we got a lot of NFL stuff to break down. We will be all over Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
Can't wait.
Steph, appreciate you. Thank you for joining.
And I'm gonna hoe tomorrow.
Oh, A. Marie's gonna be over here.
I got a hoe for Symbieta.
Making up. Symbieta is on vacation. He's back on Monday. We've got the Jim Rome Show coming up next. We got Colin Cowherd following at 1, 2 men on at 4, leading you into Isotopes Baseball.
Come on, game.
Can they make it 4 in a row?
Fourth win, baby.
Chelsea, Adrian. Great work, man. Appreciate you on ProView Networks, everybody. Meta World, peace and love. Have a great day.
Dad deserves double the thanks this year, so this Father's Day, give him the power tools.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do his dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated, with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11